This is Mac Boland of IllinoisMatmen.com. Today I'm bringing you a preview of Clash 14. For those of you who don't know, the Clash is a national duel tournament involving 32 teams held over the course of 2 days. On the first day, 2 sessions with 4 8-team brackets. On the second day, based on placement in those brackets, you have 8 4-team brackets that participate in a round robin. Give you an idea, a first day bracket consists of 8 teams, and they wrestle a dual meet in the first round, 3 rounds per session, 2 sessions a day. The winners advance to the quarterfinals, losers go into the losers bracket, and then the winners of the losers bracket advance. The losers go to another bracket. The semifinal losers go to a bracket. And then the semifinal winners wrestle for the bracket championship. 4 8-team brackets. Based on how they place on the first day, we'll set all 32 teams in 8 4-team round-robin pools, going all the way from the championship pool all the way down to the 8th pool. Every team, all 32 teams, will wrestle 3 dual meets the first day and 3 dual meets the second day. So it is possible for a team to go 6-0 or a team to go 0-6. Again, 8 round-robin pools, championship through number 8. Start with a breakdown of the brackets, beginning with Bracket A. Bracket A consists of Oak Park River Forest High School of Illinois, number 1 seed overall, Rochester John Marshall from Minnesota, Jefferson City, Missouri, Anoka, Minnesota, Roseburg, Oregon, Shakopee, Minnesota, Vacaville, California, and number 21 nationally, Marmion Academy of Illinois. Oak Park River Forest, defending national champions and defending Clash 13 champions. Like them to make it all the way to the finals. Jefferson City, Missouri, probably their quarterfinal opponent. On the bottom bracket, I like Marmion Academy. Now, last year, Marmion Academy came in pretty banged up after the Dvorak tournament, missing about 4 starters out of the lineup. They could potentially be missing 1 or 2 starters out of the lineup here. I like them to advance to the semifinals. However, Shakopee's a pretty decent team, has a couple of nationally ranked wrestlers in their lineup, and could give Marmion Academy a test. If it does shake out that way, that it's Oak Park River Forest and Marmion Academy, 2 teams met first round last year, Class 3A state. Oak Park River Forest won. I like the Huskies, again, to advance to the championship bracket. Huskies also began the season, a lot of guys out of the lineup, were about at half strength at both the Iron Man and the Rex Whitlatch. Should be close to, if not at full strength for this tournament. I like them over Marmion Academy. Both teams at or close to full strength. Should be a pretty competitive dual meet. Next, we'll move on to Bracket B. Okay, Bracket B. Top seed in Bracket B, number 9th ranked nationally, St. Edward from Ohio. Of course, St. Edward, a perennial high-ranked national caliber team. Last year won the large division school championship in Ohio. Also finished up in the top 6, I believe, at the Ironman back in December. They'll be facing first round Lincoln Way Central from Illinois. Lincoln Way Central, a state placer a couple years back. Ironwood Ridge from Arizona. Ironwood, a numerous Division II state champ in Arizona. Kenyon, Wanamingo, Minnesota. Wasatch, Utah. Sauk Prairie, Wisconsin. Sauk Prairie qualified for dual team state last year. Prior Lake, Minnesota, third place in Class 3A in Minnesota last year. And then Washington, Illinois, number 29 ranked in the country. Washington, last year's Illinois Class 2A runner-ups. St. Edward, awfully tough. I don't really see them being challenged. I think they're going to go right straight to the finals. Good first round matchup, I think, between Washington and Prior Lake. Probably one of the better first round matchups. But I do like Washington to go all the way to the finals. Would be a good one here with the Eagles versus the Panthers in the finals. Again, I think St. Edward just a little bit too deep. And both these teams feature nationally ranked individuals. But again, I like St. Edward going on to the championship bracket, and St. Edward, I would also note, won Clash 10 in what was probably the most competitive championship bracket in the history of the Clash, featuring St. Edward, Apple Valley, Brandon, Florida, and Clovis, California. St. Paris Graham was in the Clash 10, didn't even make it to the championship bracket. On to bracket C next. Okay, on to bracket C. Bracket C, the top seed, number 4, nationally ranked, Buchanan, California. Buchanan recently with the win at the Zinken Classic over Clovis, kind of their arch rival. Buchanan typically finishes in the top 5 in the California Team State Championship, but they pretty much live in the shadow of Clovis. They do have a nationally ranked and 2-time state champ in the lineup. This year, though, Buchanan outpointed the Zinken Classic. Also, Buchanan hosts the Doc Buchanan Tournament out west, which is probably the toughest tournament on the west side of the country. And guys, love the Stetsons. After that, you have Carrington, North Dakota. Carrington, numerous-time North Dakota state champ team. Simley, Minnesota. Simley, also a high placer in the Minnesota Christmas tournament and in their state championship. And from Arizona, that's Mesa Mountain View. Glenbard North, Illinois. Glenbard North finished 3rd in the Class 3A state in Illinois and has placed, ever since they went to the 3-class system, has placed in the state championship. Hastings, Minnesota. Victory Valley, California. And number 24, nationally ranked, Apple Valley from Minnesota, defending Class 3A champions in Minnesota, winners of Clash 12. And this bracket should be an interesting one. Buchanan, very deep team. I like them to go all the way to the finals. Potentially a good semifinal match between them and Apple Valley. Apple Valley, again, finishing runner-up in the Christmas tournament a weekend ago. Glenbard North, 3rd seed. Glenbard North last year had a really good showing at the Clash. Came within about, they wrestled Apple Valley again. Came down to the last match. They did lose. This year, a little bit down. They may meet Apple Valley in the quarters. I don't think they have enough to beat Apple Valley. I like Apple Valley going all the way to the semis. I like the Buchanan-Apple Valley matchup because it's a classic matchup of a really good dual meet team. Doesn't have a whole lot of guys in the lineup that are nationally ranked. Apple Valley has 2 number 1 ranked kids in their lineup, to include number 1 pound for pound, Mark Hall at 170, 182 pounds. Should be a really good semifinal matchup. Again, depth versus star power. I think Buchanan might be a little bit too much for Apple Valley, but again, should be a very, very interesting dual meet. On to our final bracket, Bracket D. Okay, final bracket, Bracket D. Top seed in that bracket, number 12 ranked nationally, Tuttle, Oklahoma. defending Oklahoma State champs and a team that is perennially up in, that top 20 to 40 teams in the nation, just coming off a huge victory over Archer, Georgia in the Kansas City Stampede tournament. Then we have Zumbrota, Mazeppa, Minnesota, Dakota, Illinois. Dakota won the last 3 Class A championships, that's dual team state championships in Illinois. Farmington, Minnesota. Park Hill, Missouri. Park Hill, again, another one of those teams, usually ranked up in the top 40 or 50 in the nation. Very solid. Hermiston, Oregon. Rio Rancho, New Mexico. And the number 2 seed, number 15 ranked, St. Michael, Albertville. St. Michael, Albertville, coming off a win at the Minnesota Christmas Tournament over, if you want to say Apple Valley has an arch rival within the state of Minnesota, this team would be it. And they're always in it in the Christmas Tournament, and they're always in it in the Class 3A state championship in Minnesota. Also, St. Michael, Albertville, winners of Clash 11. So, total awfully tough lineup. I would say they're going to go, it's a lineup full of state placers, I believe 9 state placers in the lineup. I think they're going to go all the way to the finals. Good first round matchup between Dakota and Farmington. That'll be a good one. And then a good quarterfinal matchup potentially between Park Hill and St. Michael, Albertville. I like St. Michael, Albertville to go to the semifinals, and I like the matchup of Tuttle in St. Michael, Albertville. And go back to what I was saying about Bracket C. Pretty much the same thing between Buchanan and Apple Valley. St. Michael, Albertville got a lineup with about 4 nationally ranked wrestlers in it. Both McKees, Jeske, I think one other. Tuttle, again, just solid team across the board. Should make for a really, really good semifinal in this bracket. Tough to say which one. I mean, again, dual team strength and depth versus star power. And that'll wrap up the brackets. Next, I'll just go over some of the nationally ranked individuals in teams in this tournament, which may or may not meet during the 2 days of competition. Okay, moving along, I'm going to go over some of the nationally ranked individuals across several teams taking part in the tournament. Now, naturally, because this is a dual meet format and not an individual tournament, some of these matchups may or may not occur. Starting off at 106 pounds, you have one nationally ranked wrestler, number 13, Pat McKee from St. Michael, Albertville. Moving down to 113 pounds, number 3 ranked, Danny Vega from Ironwood Ridge in Arizona. At 120 pounds, Jason Renteria, number 6, out of Oak Park River Forest. At 126 pounds, number 14, Tony Madrigal, also out of Oak Park River Forest. And number 19, Alan Hart from St. Edward. 132 pounds, Durbin Lauren from Buchanan, and he is number 10 ranked nationally. That's at 132 pounds. Also, number 18 ranked, Gabe Townsell from Oak Park River Forest. At 138, 3 wrestlers. Mitchell McKee, number 5 at St. Michael, Albertville. Number 7, and Ironman champ, Hunter Ladner from St. Edward. And at number 18, Alex Lloyd from Shakopee. Nobody at 145. Possible 1 or 2 of these guys may actually drop down and wrestle 145. At 152 or 160, number 3 ranked, Isaiah White out of Oak Park River Forest High School. At 152, number 7, Jake Aller from St. Michael, Albertville. At 160 pounds, or at 152 pounds also, number 11, Trace Carrillo, Marmion Academy. At 170 pounds and number 1 pound for pound in the country, Mark Hall from Apple Valley. And number 16 ranked, Marriott from Park Hill, Missouri. And then going to 182 pounds, loaded weight class. In fact, 182 pounds probably the deepest for nationally ranked guys in the tournament. Again, depending, one or two may also wrestle up at 195. You have number 4 ranked Jacob Warner from Washington. Number 5 ranked Nathan Traxler from Marmion Academy. Number 6 ranked Owen Webster from Shakopee. And number 16 ranked Lucas Jeske from St. Michael Albertville. Nobody at 195, but again, particularly Traxler might bump up and wrestle at 195. 220 pounds, number 1 ranked in the country and also ranked in the pound-for-pound rankings, Gable Stevenson from Apple Valley, and then number 12 ranked Jared Campbell from St. Edward. And again, nobody ranked nationally at 285 pounds. Again, keep in mind, depending on which teams duel which teams, some of these guys may or may not wrestle each other. A lot of these guys, you will notice, will make the all-tournament team. Regardless of what happens, one thing you know for sure, for 2 days, it's going to be a grinder. Okay, that's going to wrap things up. Just a reminder, Friday, Saturday, January 1st and 2nd in Rochester, Minnesota. You can catch all the action at TrackCast or follow the brackets on www.trackwrestling.com. For more information, you can go to www.clashminnesota.com or check out the Clash page on Facebook. Once again, this is Mac Bolin, IllinoisMatmen.com, and this Clash preview is brought to you by GEI Wrestling Apparel. If you want it, go earn it.